Chef Jack, take it away.
I'm Jack. I've been on campus for about 10 years, and today we are going to learn how to make either tofu or pork fried cutlet bento box. So as far as the components go, we're going to have our fried protein, whether that's tofu or pork. We are going to have a delicious pre-made seaweed salad. We have a few vegetables here. I'm going to show you how to cut and cook for a nice vegetable medley. And then I pre-cooked some sushi rice, so I'll be passing that out at some point as well. The first thing we're going to want to do is get some oil in our pan, enough to coat the bottom, and then we'll turn our burners on and get that ripping. While that oil's heating up, we're going to take our egg in one of these bowls that doesn't have anything in it, and we're just going to crack it in there and whisk it up. Okay, and now while everybody's whisking their egg up, I'm going to bring around our protein. First I'll bring around the tofu. If you want tofu, take a piece of tofu. If you'd rather have pork, I have pork I'll come around with after. Next step is to take your other two silver bowls with your crumbs and your flour, and you're going to get these all in one spot.
Has anybody breaded like chicken or pork themselves before?
So you know about the 3-stage process? Okay. The most important part of this process that a lot of people won't tell you about is the wet hand, dry hand technique. So for touching the pork and the egg, use your wet hand. When you're dipping it into the crumbs and the flour, use your dry hand. That'll prevent it from clumping up on your gloves. So first step, we're gonna go flour. And then after you got it coated in your flour, we're gonna dip it in the egg. And then I bet you can just about guess what the final step is, which is putting it in your crumbs. And when I put it in the crumbs, I like to, got a little oil. I like to press it down a little bit so it gets a nice tight coating all around it. Is everybody ready to fry? Okay, you're gonna take your piece, and when you put it in the pan, drop it so it falls away from you, and that'll prevent oil from splashing back up on you, okay? I'm gonna flip my pork now, so if my fellow pork cookers would like to follow along. And this is kind of the color you're looking for. This nice golden brown. So Brianna's gonna give you guys some rice fun facts while I bring around the sushi rice. If you wanna open your bento box, I can put it right in there for you. Just go ahead and put all your vegetables out. So you're gonna take your pepper. By the way, I washed all of these before they came in. If you're cooking at home, make sure you wash your vegetables. And we're gonna cut it right as close as we can along the green here, just straight down, okay? It'll look like this.
I'll kind of come around and show everybody.
And now with this part, you're gonna take your thumb. So we're gonna take it, and then about every 1/4 of an inch, we're just gonna slice down the whole length of the pepper. And like a good way is just kind of put your knife down in a nice smooth rocking motion. Okay, and then once your peppers are done, you can go ahead and set those right on your sheet tray again. So with the zucchini, again, if you haven't already, wash it before use. And then we're gonna cut off the top and the bottom. And then after you get the top and the bottom cut, we're just gonna cut it right down the middle, long ways. And then when you have your 2 half zucchinis, these are gonna be the half moon shape we do it in. So again, just every 1/4 to 1/2 inch, just go through and make a cut. And now we got mushrooms. Mushrooms are very, very important to wash before you use them because 9 times out of 10 they're completely covered in actual dirt.
Yes.
But the good thing with the mushrooms is we're not gonna cut them. We're just gonna throw them in whole because it's perfectly fine to do that.
No.
So now we're gonna go ahead and just add our veggies to our pan of oil. All of the veggies.
All the veggies, yes.
There are some veggies like carrots that you're gonna wanna start ahead of time when you're putting them in with peppers and zucchini and stuff. But all of these vegetables should take about the same amount of time to cook. You're gonna take a little bit of pepper. You got a pepper shaker at your table. Just a little bit of salt. And then you should have a container of fresh chopped garlic here. Go ahead and throw that in there too. And then I would say my utensil for choice for messing with your vegetables is definitely gonna be your rubber spatula. Just kind of get the oil coated over all of them. Seasoning spread around. All right, so while our veggies are cooking, everybody locate your mayonnaise. It's in a half mason jar. After your mayonnaise, we're gonna go ahead and add our ketchup.
Yes, yes.
And then you should
Pour in
have
there.
3 dry spices left. One is yellow, one is red, and one is white. That is granulated garlic, sugar, and paprika. Just go ahead and throw on all those 2. And then the last step is there is a small bit of clear liquid. That's your rice vinegar. That's your last step. Add that in, and then we're just gonna mix it up. And then if you open your bento boxes, there is this cute little hole that is perfect for a sauce. So when your sauce is mixed up,
It's like a little one.
we'll just go ahead and put it right in that spot in your box.
So next we have, you'll see on there as well, in the jar, there's seaweed salad. So seaweed is packed full of nutrients. One of, a big nutrient within seaweed is iodine. And iodine is really important for thyroid function. So especially if you, have thyroid disease in your family or just maintain a normal thyroid function, iodine is going to help that. Your thyroid is really important for producing hormones that actually help with growth, energy production, reproduction, and repairing damaged cells. So the iodine you get from the seaweed will help with your thyroid function.
If you have emptied your veg into your second to last remaining slot, the seaweed salad should fit perfectly right in here by your sauce.
Yep.
And that should make a pretty beautiful bento box. And here with the last remaining time we have, those sheets of nori I brought around, feel free to cut out any shapes or anything fun. I'm gonna make my rice into rice balls and cut little circles and make them look like eggs. That's what I'm gonna do. And then if you just want to use a little bit of your oil, I probably should have got you guys some water to moisten your seaweed. But if you just cover it in a little oil, it's a little easier to work with as far as cutting whatever you want to cut out of it.
Well, everyone did a great job.
Excellent
Round of
work,
applause to everybody.
Thank you so much for coming out.